that the man was taught to uphold a certain level of responsibility, which is why the man had, you could say, the privilege of being able to. But again, so voting specifically was actually more about class. It was more the upper class, people of a higher class, the higher echelons of society. Because as many will know, the United Kingdom, up until very recently, was very much a class-based society, and it is actually that men of a higher class were able to vote.
Okay, sure, but we do have to accept that one moment in time, because of their gender, they were not allowed to vote.
It wasn't because of their gender specifically. It wasn't. Well, it wasn't because of oppression. Again, it was because the man and the woman have a different role. So, for example, things like property were mainly in the man's name, but it was because when the man and the woman got
That's
married.
Fine. But what about husband being able to sell his wife? Do you not think that was wrong?
I'm not really sure.
No, it happened. If feminism existed to abolish this principle of selling your wife, would you say in that aspect it was good that they had some kind of a movement? Not what we have today.
Elaborate on this idea of a man being able to sell his wife. I'm not quite.
Yeah. So basically, yes. If a man had a debt, he could go and sell his wife in the market. As far as I know, yeah. What I'm just saying is. Sorry.
Was this in England?
This was in England. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, that we have to be just. There were these elements here and there that feminism played about. What the feminism, what it's become today, is toxic. Yeah. So now, do you agree that, for example, feminism, in a nutshell, yes, it's there to destroy the family unit, and I believe the greatest injustice is to treat unequal things equally, right?
I suppose so.
Yeah, because to treat unequal things for a woman is not the equal of a man. For example, if a woman is in an altercation with a man, physically she is in a disadvantaged position, correct?
Yes.
So it would only be silly to tell imagine walking down the road with my wife. If somebody started fighting, I said to my wife, go and deal with this guy. Do you not believe that's unfair?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Exactly. So the feminism say no, etc. But when it comes to this stuff, they would want me to defend her, even if it comes at the cost of me dying. So that's the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But again, because the thing is, feminists. Again, I completely disagree that feminism has ever done anything good. And as for men,
really? Okay, I will have to disagree with that one because
it's not my opinion. It's just based on evidence. Because the thing is, there's no evidence that feminism has ever been about good intentions. Again, if you look at Professor Fiumenko's work, she can really elaborate much better on this than me. But about men being able to sell their wives, I want to be very clear as well. I don't support any kind of ill treatment of women. However, my general argument is that instead of saying that treatment of women is specifically a human issue, that is wrong to mistreat women, we don't need a feminist movement to protect women.
Yes.
What I actually want personally, which I've been saying this today, is I want to create a women's movement. I actually have a subreddit called Women's Advocates where I consider myself a women's advocate because I believe that we need a women's movement.
Some would say you're a self-hating woman.
Well, the thing is, a feminist, because feminism has become synonymous with women's rights, many people now have completely forgotten that women's rights and women's advocacy has nothing to do with feminism. Feminism is an ideology rooted in Marxism.
Just want to say something. I have something better for you than, forget feminism anyways, but the life that you live in. Like in Islam, for example, do you not believe feminism and the sexual liberation has even had an impact on, for example, even when it comes to the way the women dress, the way they behave, when it comes to dating? Do you not believe it has impacted them in such a level that they believe that they have these freedoms and have been uplifted, but rather they've been degraded because what they've done is allow the man to have access to them like they're a toilet. It's like, if you think about it, when you want to relieve yourself, you go to the toilet. So these men are seeing them nothing as sexual objects, and they've been sexually objectified. Do you not believe feminism played a role in that? In Islam, for example, as Muslims, we have something which we believe is much better for society, which protects the man and the woman, that we believe a woman has more to offer than her body parts. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Well, I don't support Islam. I think people have a right to practice Islam, but I do think that as far as Islam's effect on England, I'd really prefer not to comment on that publicly because I don't get myself in trouble. But
that's fine. You feel there.
Well, the thing is, people can be Muslims, but I'm afraid that the fact is that this is not a Islamic country. This is the country of the English, and it's Islam and the Western society are not ideologically cohesive.
What do you disagree with Islam? Is there like?
I really prefer not to comment too much on it.
That's fine. Okay, all right.
But okay. I can't really say regarding sexual liberation. So sexual liberation is actually an ideology rooted in liberalism. It has actually very little to do with feminism. The idea of sexual liberation was rooted in liberalism, and it was actually a lady named Helen Gurley Brown who advocated for sexual liberty. And the whole idea was effectively a reaction to Christianity and to the idea of female virginity as being worthy. I don't personally have any issue with what people do privately. I think that people have a right to be sexual in their own lives. I don't think that we should be shameful or cruel or put people down for being sexual. I will admit that I do think that the over-liberalization of sex has become a bit problematic, especially for my generation. I think we should treat sex with a level of kindness and a level of dignity, and this is definitely a lack of spirituality. But again, because the Islamic view, as far as I see it, same with the Judaic view, is sort of going from one extreme to the other, really. And I just think we should find a view which isn't really necessarily Islamic or Judaic, but at the same time isn't entirely, I guess, ignoring the spiritual significance of sex. I mean, it's sort of replacing one extreme for the other.
Okay, it is, but Islamically, for example, as men and women, we have our roles to play. Now, for example, a woman, by her nature, is a being that is desired by men, right?
What's wrong with that?
Sorry?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
No, okay, so not that there's anything wrong with it, but we need to acknowledge certain realities, which is what? That, for example, if a woman is dressed up in a certain manner, for example, be it a bikini, be it a miniskirt, whatever it may be, do you not believe she is sexually objectifying herself? And by the way, everyone has a right to dress how they want. I'm just trying to say from a perspective where liberalism and feminism have played a role where they have thought that being liberated is dressing up less, etc. And we believe that, for example, a man should do his job, which is lowering his gaze, so not looking at the opposite gender, however she's dressed, even if she's dressed in miniskirt, bikini, or covered fully, yeah? But also, if we want to stop the sexual objectification of women, we shouldn't sexually objectify them. And do you not think a woman who covers up, for example, be it the hijab, or even just a modest dress, etc., more in control of her sexuality than someone saying, oh no, I'm going to show whatever I like, and do you get what I'm trying to say?
So to be perfectly honest with you, I think the Islamic view and the liberal view are both as bad as each other.
In what way? Because you oppose liberalism. Okay, where's the balance? Okay, Islam says.
First of all, there's nothing shameful about sexuality or about the human body. I do not think that.
So then, why don't people walk away naked then? Like, why don't you walk naked?
Well, the thing is, on a beach, people are usually dressed in bikinis.
Well, that's actually underwear. That's named as bikini. It's an underwear.
Yeah, but it's a certain situation in which people are dressed that way. It's a certain situation.
Can you go to work like that?
No, because it's a different situation.
Okay, good. Who decides in what situation how to dress?
Well, it's usually based on society. We don't really need to.
Which is subjective.
To replacing one extreme with the other.
Okay, but so Islam says that a woman is a being that is delicate, should be looked after.
What if some woman enjoys sexual attention?
Okay, good. So now then they should not be surprised when they are sexually objectified and used and abused.
I agree. Well, I don't want to say
they should not cry because do you know what I'm trying to
say? Nobody deserves to be abused.
No, I never said abused. Whoa. I didn't say abused. No. I said that if they want to, you said if they want to be sexually what?
Well, I think women, if they want to be sexual, they have a right to be
Okay, good. No, 100%. If they have a right to be sexually, like for example, dress up how they like, but then they need to bear in mind that when they get that attention, when they get that attention, and that attention is from someone that has ill intentions. When I mean ill intentions, I'm not talking about rape or abuse. I'm talking about somebody who gets what they want. He uses it like a toilet. Remember what I said about a toilet? A toilet is something is a place where you go to relieve yourself. This man wants to relieve himself. He sees a girl dressed up in a certain manner, and he can do this with someone who's dressed in hijab, by the way. But the point is what? He sees that woman who's dressed up in a certain manner, approaches her, tells her what she wants to hear, gets what he wants, leaves her broken and goes. Do you think that is good for her?
I think that's a very extreme thing to say.
No, it happens a lot actually.
Well, there's nothing wrong with men wanting to be sexually attracted to women or women wanting to be sexually attracted
to men. Of course, no, we don't say there's nothing wrong with that.
Balance, because the thing is, when we start going from one extreme to the other, we don't really have much of a middle ground.
So what's the balance?
The balance is simply that, first of all, I completely reject the Judaic notion that sexuality is shameful or that men are somehow should lower their gaze. Or
no, they should. Do you not believe that, for example, a man should lower his gaze?
No, I do not.
So do you believe? Okay, one second. So do you believe that? And so, for example,
there's nothing wrong with men wanting to find women attractive.
No, not really. Like, for example, okay. Look, for example, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm avoid looking at yourself. Not that there's anything wrong with you, but as my religion teaches me that I should lower my gaze, regardless. Yeah. So do you?
Would you want you to look at me?
Okay, good. So now the question is the following: why would you want me to look at you in that way? No, I'm just curious. Why would you want me?
I'm not afraid of human nature.
No, it's not about human nature. Why would you want me to look at you like you're a piece of meat?
Well, the thing is, first of all, this is a complicated thing. It's natural for men to be sexually attracted to women and to find women attractive.
Okay, but once you find it attractive, then that has a an action. There has to be an action. You don't just go, okay, she's beautiful, I'll leave it at that. No, I want to seek her.
No, not necessarily.
no,
You don't
no.
want to necessarily act on every woman.
Okay, if it's a single man and he finds a woman attractive, he would want to be with her, right?
Well, men are allowed to look at women. Women are allowed to look at men.
You can look at the menu without tasting the food.
Sorry?
You can look at the menu without tasting the food.
Yeah,
Why am I in the restaurant if I'm not going to get the food? I'm at the restaurant. I'm not going to come and look at the menu and say.
You're in society, so you move along and you meet people.
No, but sorry.
And you meet attractive, it's like,
No, I understand,
why-
but I'm going to say I'm not going to go to a restaurant. But tell me why? Because I'm not going to go to a restaurant, open the menu, and go.
You don't every
One
restaurant.
second.
You don't
I
eat
think that
every
you have
restaurant
a
you
right
pass.
to behave. I think you have a right to your views.
I know. Which okay, look.
Where you think that's so.
No. I believe this is a solution to all mankind. So I'm
That's
saying.
very dangerous.
Okay,
Wow,
okay,
that's
okay.
incompatible with Western values.
So do you believe, sister, it is wrong that I go to a restaurant, I'm hungry, I open the menu and go, delicious food. I'm gonna go out now. No, I'm gonna order the food. So what I'm saying is when a man looks at a woman who's dressed up, whoever, she can be dressed in hijab. I'm not saying that it's specifically you. He then says, "Wow, she's attractive, she's beautiful. Oh my God, look at her legs, look at her." And then, no, 1 second. Then he goes to pursue that. There's nothing wrong with it innately, but what it is wrong is the intentions that the man is approaching the
Why
woman
is that
from.
wrong?
Okay, let me tell you why it's wrong.
Supposed to get a woman.
Let me tell you how it's wrong.
You walk through this city.
If you can allow
and you
me.
see all the beautiful ladies. I don't go lost in after them.
If you
I
can-
just say, "Oh, those are nice lady," and walk on. There's a
No,
nice
but
lady.
you're at an age where maybe sexually. No, you're young. But what I'm saying is, the sexual drive for a man, it goes down. Yeah.
Did I insult him?
No, I'm not insulting you. I'm not insulting you. I'm saying there's studies that show after a certain age, the sexual drive goes down.
I think that the problem is that your views are incompatible with
Sorry.
Britain, and I think you have a right to your views in your own country.
Okay, no.
Away from Britain.
But tell me. Okay, so are you telling me, sister? Are you telling me that, for example, some people like to have eye candies? They love watching. I say, for example, if that man sees that woman, he wants to pursue her. He comes and tells her things that she wants to hear. Then she goes and sleeps with him. Then he says, "Bye-bye, I don't want to know you anymore." Do you think that's one second? Do you think that is liberating to her, or she has just been used like a piece of toilet?
Well,
or she's a toilet?
It's not such an. It's a very extreme way of putting it. Because
Okay,
the thing is,
okay.
you learn,
Have you been in relationships?
Have I been in relationships?
Okay.
I mean, I have a
Okay.
boyfriend. Right
Okay.
now.
No problem. Okay, that's fine. If you've been in relationships, would you not say that has there been an instance where a man that you it's personal, you don't need to answer, but there might be instances where there are many girls who. Let me ask you a question. Why is the term "all men are"? Finish the sentence. All men are.
Pigs.
Why are all men pigs? Where does this derive
They're
from?
not pigs. That's a very sad thing.
Okay.
I don't think
No,
men-
I know. I understand. I understand. They're
I think
bad
it's
as well.
you have a very simplistic view of
Okay.
the male sexual desire.
No.
Nothing wrong with a man desiring
Look. I'm a man. I have a sexual desire, but however, I go about it the right way. I married my wife.
Why
I
is
didn't.
that the right way?
For example, look, I had a desire towards my wife. Sister, let me tell you if it's suppressive here. What you're going through is suppressive. Why? Because I had a liking to my wife. I spoke to her dad. I proposed to marry her. I didn't go dating and let me try and buy, etc. No. Let me drive and then no. I said I like her. I would like to marry her in an honourable way. Not let me see your body. Let me see your picture. I married her and she's my wife and I honour her. Is that the same as me going after her in the wrong reasons, getting what I want and leaving her?
I mean, that's fine for you, but not everybody wants
Okay,
to live like
okay,
that. You
okay.
have to respect the fact that not everybody is.
That's
agreement
fine.
with
I'm not.
your views.
I'm not asking anyone to live like me, but I'm saying
but
which
the
one is
problem
better.
that many
Which one's better?
Muslims want to turn the United Kingdom into an Islamic country.
No, not really.
And that
We
is-
want Islam for them, but we don't want to.
It's not right. This is not going to become a Muslim country.
Okay,
Islam
but
is
okay,
incompatible with
sister.
this way of life.
Is it liberating that a woman gets used sexually and left? Is that
I think it's a
liberating?
very complicated topic. So sexual liberation specifically, as I was saying, was nothing to
Is
do
that
with
good or
feminism.
bad? A woman being
It's
used
not
like a toilet?
a black or white situation.
Okay, but okay.
It's not black and
Okay,
white.
so
there are
what?
women who use men for
what-
sex. There are women who
No,
have
no,
a very
no.
high sex drive.
Let me tell you something. No woman can use a man for sex because the sex is the only thing he wants. You can't use him. You're giving him what he wants. So what I'm saying is, what is the solution to protect women against men who might want to use them for the wrong reasons?
Well, first of all, I think that women should develop a lot more resilience if they wish to engage in casual sex. I think that
Develop what?
resilience.
Why not? Why resilience? You said it's okay to do that. Why is it resilience?
No, I'm saying that if a woman is going to go into a casual sexual encounter with a man, then she should be prepared to deal with the emotional consequences of that. And
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with engaging in certain things because life is a journey and it's through our experiences that we grow. And sometimes we make experiences that perhaps in hindsight were not the best, but at the time you learn, you deal with them. But to say that it's as black or white as that men are
Isn't prevention
effectively-
isn't prevention better than cure?
No, because
So
what
he
you're
doesn't-
advocating is to go from one extreme to society. You're advocating that we go from Islam to feminism, or feminism to
No,
Islam.
no, no, no,
I reject
Islam.
both of
It's,
these
it's, it's,
ideas.
it's Islam, because Islam, number one, look, let me tell you
Well,
what.
I think I don't
Okay,
want
tell
Islam
me,
to
tell me,
become
tell me if you
I
agree
don't
with
want
this.
England to become an Islamic country.
That's fine. So that's because you are under the impression that what you have is liberating, but it's actually oppressing
No,
you.
it's because
Okay.
England is an English country.
No, it doesn't need to. I would be happy if England became Sharia, but I'm not forcing anyone
Well,
to.
I would literally be.
You'll be much. You'll be much.
Off a wall before I became a Muslim.
But the thing is, you've already thrown yourself off the wall, thinking, and you're dropping, and you're not realizing the harms it's giving you. So Islam is there, number one. If I'm interested in somebody, if I have a sexual desire, number one, I go and speak to a father. Number one.
That's a very good thing, but you don't need Islam for that. They do that
no,
in other
you do.
cultures too. They
You
do
do.
that in,
You
what
do.
about in Hinduism? They do that in Hindu cultures.
Okay, but again, religion. Is it there?
Well,
yeah?
it's not religion. I mean, Hinduism
It is religion.
very different.
No, it is a religion. So what I'm saying is, number one, you need to speak to the father. Why? Because a man knows a man. If I have bad intentions, okay,
Do that without
okay,
being
but if we didn't have religion, you're already promoting a lifestyle, which is fine. Go and have casual
I'm
sex.
not promoting anything. I'm simply saying that.
So what's the solution, though? What's the
private
solution?
choice- Well, first of all, I do believe that sex should be viewed as a bonding experience. That we should not be shaming people for their sexual desires, nor we should be saying that sex has no value. I think that sex should be a bonding experience between two people, and that we should be teaching men and women that sex is a way to bond. But we don't need to tell men that finding women attractive is somehow wrong, or that women want
Attraction?
to be attracted
No,
to
no.
men as well.
Attraction is fine, but men can be attracted for the wrong reasons.
But it's a bit extreme because it's kind of like you're trying to say that men finding women attractive is shameful.
No, I never said shameful. I said.
But that's what your religion
No, I
teaches.
didn't. No,
Your
no.
religion shames people
No,
for having sexual desire.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't actually. That's not from Islam. Islam says that every man and woman has sexual desires. You go about it the right way.
Why is that the right way?
Let me tell you why it's the right way. Let me tell you it's the right way. If I was not a Muslim, which I wasn't at one point in my life 13 years ago, yeah, and I lived a specific lifestyle where I used to go clubbing, girls, partying, all that kind of stuff, yeah. Let me tell you what's wrong with it, yeah. Number one, I never saw a woman as a human being. Yeah, because my
it's your
society.
fault, man.
No, it's not my fault. Let me tell you why. Because at one point of life, women were sexually objectifying themselves. There was things I was exposed to when I was young that even a study shows. They showed men pictures of women in bikinis. The part of the brain that is lit up for tool use.
I agree
Okay, one second. So 1 second. They saw these women as not inanimate objects. So therefore, Islam gives a solution and says, number one, they both have to play a role. The man has to lower his gaze. The woman has to cover up properly. They both do their job. So, okay, but this extreme is working. You have no other solution. So what I'm saying is speak to the father, you marry her, you give her a dowry, yeah? So what I'm saying is, which one is better? Marrying them or casually giving them false hopes, having what you want and leaving them?
Wrong. I think that
Okay, what's the middle? What's the middle?
I've already said what the middle is to you. I think that we should treat sex with dignity, like a bonding experience. The minute we do that, then we remove these problems.
Okay, how do you think it should be? Okay, imagine you meet somebody and they're like, you know what? I think you're very attractive. Give me your number. You give him your number. You go on a first date. He's telling you everything you need to hear. You're the most amazing woman in my life. Da 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 da. And then what happens? You get to know him, and then you have intimate. Let's say you have sex with him, yeah?
Yeah.
And then the next day you call him and it says block. The caller ID not answered. Hello, it's not answering.
Well, me and my boyfriend actually had sex before we got in a relationship.
Okay, that's fine. But before that, was you with individuals?
Pardon?
Was you with other boyfriends before?
What, in the
Like in the past, was you with other? Did you have relationships before that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to get personal, but you know, why did they not work out?
That's a very long.
Okay, good. So Islam says that long story should be short, which is if it's done in the right way, you would know and sieve out all the bad men to the good men.
It's not that straightforward.
It is. It worked. It works for my
I'm
wife.
not comfortable talking more about Islam with you.
No problem.
otherwise
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna start getting mad.
That's fine. But I believe Islam is the solution. Maybe give
Well,
Quran a chance. Read it. Islam is more than this, by the way.
I would rather hang myself up.
No. But if you, the reason we want to hang yourself is maybe you have.
I've read the Quran, by the way.
Okay, what is it that you don't like about the Quran or Islam?
Well, the Quran does say that it says that we should kill the unbelievers if they refuse
Okay,
to
where does it say that? Can you show me?
in basically every surah.
Can you show me every surah where it says?
I don't have it on.
I'll open it. Look, I'm going to open the Quran. I'm going to open a random verse. Okay, I'm going to open a random verse. You said every surah, yeah? Okay, random verse.
The Quran says that the way I can
Okay.
connect with God.
Is it when we have died and become dust and bones that we shall raise again? That doesn't say it. And even our fathers aforetime. So where does it say it?
Can we stop talking about Islam? This is
Okay,
very-
so but he made a claim that it says kill the unbelievers. You know, it sounds like a horror movie. No one in Islam, it doesn't say that in every verse.
So I think you you have a right to be a Muslim. My concern is
No, it's
why
fine.
do you want to turn the UK into an Islamic country?
Okay,
That's the concern I have.
let me tell you the
Are
concern.
you familiar with a man named Tommy Robinson?
Yes, I actually confronted him and exposed him.
Well, because
Yes.
he was saying the same thing. It's like,
No, exactly. And I think you've been watching him. That's the problem, yeah. I think you've been watching
Why do we
him.
want to convert?
Let me ask you a question. You know your lifestyle, your way of life.
You don't know all my way of life.
No, whatever it is. Do you believe that is good for humanity?
Well, I think a lot of what I'm thinking is good for humanity.
Okay, good.
I think that
Would you want that?
Feminism, but I'm also against the
Good.
Judeo-religious.
Would you want that for myself to follow because it's good?
No.
So okay, let me get.
I think that Muslims have a right to their ideas in their countries.
That's fine.
And people can have a right to their ideas in their countries.
Okay, that's fine. So you said that you have an worldview, whatever it is, and you believe it's good for human beings, but you don't want me. You don't want that for me. You don't want me to live a good life.
I can't impose my way of
I never said impose. I said, would you want me to follow that lifestyle?
No, because you already have your own lifestyle.
Okay, one second. So one second, let me get this right. So what are you promoting and propagating? Why are you coming and speaking against feminism? Why, just let them be. Why are you propagating for?
Well, feminism is kind of the flip side of Islam. Because
No, okay, but why are you talking out against it? Why are you trying to convince them to follow you?
I'm not convincing anyone to follow me.
Okay, why are you speaking against why are you speaking out against feminism?
Statistically is extremely harmful.
Okay, good. And I believe your worldview is the same thing. So when you do it, it's okay, but when I do it, you're trying to impose Islam on us. So you can do it, but when I do it, you're not allowed. Isn't that double standards?
You can be a Muslim, but you can be a Muslim in your own country.
Okay, do I have a right to share Islam?
You do, but not in a country that is...
No, look, I'm in this country and I'm propagating Islam. You was propagating anti-feminism, yeah? Did I come and say to you, stop it? Why are you trying to impose it on everybody?
Well, it's complicated because...
It's not complicated, it's quite simple. I think you're being double standards. Double standards.
It's complicated.
Yeah, I think you're watching too much Tommy Robinson.
I don't know, mate. It's
Yeah.
complicated.
But look. Let's end on a good note.
Yeah.
The point I'm just trying to say in a nutshell is, look, it was nice talking to you. Islam is more than this stuff we talked about. It's the oneness of God. We don't believe this is not God. That's not God. We believe God is unique. There is nothing like it. So all we're saying is maybe give it the Quran a chance. You've got enough to lose, sister.
I've read enough of it.
Okay, no problem. Look, it was nice talking to you. Is there any other questions you would like to ask me?
No. I have a nice day. Thank you for...
Thank you very much. This will be on my channel.
The Rational Female. It's a very small channel. I really appreciate it.
You need to stop imposing your ideas on people. I can say the same.
No worries. No, I
No problem.
understand.
Well, thank you very much,
Have a
sister.
nice day.
Do you mind if we have the mic, please?
I was going to do this.
Yeah, don't touch females. Out of respect. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Give it back.
Hey, what was it like for you to engage with the biggest man?
I'm a nobody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sister. Thanks for your time. And that's it, guys. I think in a nutshell, we had a nice discussion. It was a bit heated, but it's nice. It was share opinions.
How do I get rid of this?
My YouTube channel is Ali Dawa. Yeah, ALI space DWA.
Really famous, man.
ALI.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Do you want to write it down? Do you want to write it down?
It's yours now, man. He's trying to take my microphone.
Yeah, it's
See the man.
ALI.
Can I just get a photograph, my darling?
Yeah, sure.
See, you're lucky you can interview her today, you know. She come for me, not for you.
Hello, Ali.
See, I can go for it.
Guys again.